You keep falling for people who don't want you because you're not actually falling for them. You're falling for the familiar pain of not being enough. And that pain, it's been living in your chest since you were 7 years old, waiting for someone to prove it right. Stop lying to yourself. This isn't about love. This is about addiction to the wound that convinced you that love has to hurt to be real. If this feels like I'm reading your mind, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what you struggle to say no to the most. I read every single comment, and your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Listen to me carefully. John Bowlby spent his life studying attachment, and he discovered something that will change how you see every relationship you've ever had. He found that we don't choose people randomly. We choose people who match our earliest blueprint of love. And if that blueprint was written by someone who couldn't see you, couldn't choose you, couldn't stay present with you, then you're going to keep choosing people who can't do those things either. Your childhood attachment wounds are running the show. They're picking your partners for you. They're making you swipe right on people who will hurt you. They're making you ignore the ones who would actually love you. Every time you feel that magnetic pull towards someone unavailable, that's not your heart speaking. That's your wound recognizing itself in another person. Your trauma is calling out to their trauma, and you mistake that recognition for destiny. You think you're attracted to their confidence, their mystery, their independence, but what you're actually attracted to is the anxiety they create in your nervous system, that flutter in your stomach when they don't text back. That's not butterflies. That's your childhood wound getting triggered, and your brain is mistaking that familiar activation for passion, that rush you feel when they finally respond after ignoring you for days. That's not love. That's your nervous system getting a hit of the drug it's been craving since childhood. Intermittent reinforcement, the same pattern that kept you hoping your emotionally unavailable parent would finally see you. The people who are available to you, who text back, who make plans, who show up consistently, they feel boring to you, not because they actually are boring, but because they're not activating your trauma response. Your nervous system has been trained to equate love with uncertainty, and certainty feels foreign, even uncomfortable. Here's what Bowlby understood that most people don't. Your attachment style isn't your personality. It's your survival strategy. If you had a parent who was emotionally unavailable, inconsistent, or overwhelming, you learned to chase love that felt just out of reach because that's what felt familiar. That's what felt like home. You learned that love is something you have to earn. You learned that attention is something you have to fight for. You learned that being chosen is something that happens to other people, not to you. Your inner child is still trying to solve the puzzle of that first relationship. Still trying to figure out the magic combination of words, actions, and perfection that will finally make someone unavailable choose you. But here's the part that's going to hurt before it heals you. You're not actually trying to win their love. You're trying to win the love you never got as a child. You're trying to prove to that 7-year-old inside you that you're worthy of being chosen. And every time someone emotionally unavailable shows you a crumb of attention, that child inside you whispers, "See, if I just try harder, if I just become more perfect, they'll finally choose me." This is why you can't stop. This is why logic doesn't work. This is why your friend's advice feels useless. You're not operating from your adult brain. You're operating from your wounded child brain, and that child is convinced that if you can just make this person love you, it will heal every rejection you've ever experienced. Your wounded child believes that if you can just crack the code of someone who doesn't want you, you'll finally be worthy. If you can just make them stay, you'll finally be enough. If you can just get them to choose you, you'll finally be lovable. But it won't work. It can't work. Because healing doesn't come from someone else choosing you. Healing comes from you choosing yourself, even when it feels impossible, even when it feels like giving up. Healing comes from breaking the cycle, not from completing it. Carl Rogers talked about unconditional positive regard, the idea that you can be loved for who you are, not for what you do or how you perform. But if you never experienced that as a child, you don't know what it feels like in your body. So when someone offers you healthy love, your nervous system rejects it because it doesn't match your internal programming. When someone is consistently available, your brain says, "This can't be real love. Real love is harder than this." When someone doesn't make you chase, your brain says, "They must not be worth having." When someone chooses you without you having to prove yourself, your brain says, they don't know the real me yet. When someone treats you well from the beginning, your brain says, this is too easy, there must be something wrong with them. Your nervous system has been programmed to believe that love requires suffering, that passion requires pain, that if it doesn't hurt, it's not real. So you keep choosing people who confirm this belief over and over, thinking you're choosing love when you're actually choosing familiar suffering. You have to reprogram yourself. You have to teach your nervous system that love can be calm, that love can be certain, that love can be present without you having to chase it, or earn it, or prove you're worthy of it. You have to teach your body what safety feels like in love. This means you have to do the most terrifying thing you can imagine. You have to stop chasing. You have to sit with the discomfort of not knowing if someone likes you. You have to choose people who choose you back, even when it feels too easy, even when it doesn't create that addictive anxiety you've confused with chemistry. You have to learn to recognize the difference between chemistry and compatibility. Chemistry is your nervous system recognizing familiar patterns. Compatibility is your soul recognizing safety. Chemistry feels like a drug, intense highs and devastating lows. Compatibility feels like home, steady, secure, and sustainable. You have to start paying attention to how your body feels around different people. Does your nervous system feel activated or calm? Does your breathing become shallow or deep? Do you feel like you have to perform, or can you just be? Do you feel like you're walking on eggshells, or can you relax? These are the signals your body is giving you about what's actually good for you. The people who are right for you won't make you guess. They won't make you chase. They won't make you prove your worth. They'll see you, choose you, and stay present with you. And yes, at first it will feel wrong, it will feel boring, it will feel like something must be missing. What's missing is the pain you've been carrying. What's missing is the wound that convinced you that love has to hurt to be real. What's missing is the story that told you that you have to earn what other people get for free. What's missing is the chaos that your nervous system has been mistaking for passion. You don't have to keep falling for people who don't want you. You can choose differently. You can choose people who see your worth without you having to prove it. You can choose relationships that feel safe instead of relationships that feel familiar. You can choose love that heals instead of love that hurts. The love you're looking for isn't hiding in someone who can't see you. It's waiting for you to see yourself clearly enough to choose people who already see you too. It's waiting for you to believe that you deserve to be chosen without having to chase. It's waiting for you to understand that real love doesn't require you to abandon yourself. Your attachment wounds don't have to run your life anymore. They don't have to pick your partners anymore. They don't have to keep you trapped in cycles of rejection and pain. They were survival strategies that kept you safe as a child, but they're sabotaging you as an adult. You can break the pattern. You can choose differently. You can heal the wound that's been driving you toward people who don't want you. And when you do, you'll discover that real love was never supposed to hurt this much. Real love was never supposed to make you question your worth. Real love was never supposed to feel like a battle you have to win. Real love feels like coming home to yourself. Real love feels like being seen and chosen and celebrated for exactly who you are. Real love feels like peace, not chaos. Real love feels like growth, not trauma. Real love feels like freedom, not addiction.